This ceremony will be conducted as an outdoor ceremony. All military personnel will render the proper outdoor military courtesies. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Joseph A. Reagan, Commander, Soldier Recovery Unit, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, welcome to today's Change of Responsibility ceremony. Today, Command Sergeant Major Angel Rivera will relinquish responsibility of the Soldier Recovery Unit to Command Sergeant Major Miguel A. Nunez. At this time, we would like to extend a sincere welcome to our distinguished guests. Bill Harpel, Civilian Aide to the Secretary of the Army, Emeritus, and Champion of Fort Campbell. Phil Harpel, Civilian Aide to the Secretary of the Army and Champion of Fort Campbell. Rita Bodensteiner, Champion of Fort Campbell. Command Sergeant Major Knapp, Division Command Sergeant Major, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault. Colonel Myers, Commander of the United States Army Medical Department Activity, Fort Campbell and Blanchfield Army Community Hospital. And lastly, Command Sergeant Major Daniel A. Santiago, Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Medical Department Activity, Fort Campbell and Blanchfield Army Community Hospital. To any other distinguished guests, welcome. At this time, Wanda I. Yase Martinez, spouse of Command Sergeant Major Rivera, is being presented a bouquet of red roses, thanking her for all her support and devotion to the soldiers and families of the Soldier Recovery Unit. Red roses in full bloom signify the bonds of loyalty and affection between the soldiers and families and signify our sorrow at her departure from the Soldier Recovery Unit. She will be remembered and missed. At this time, Myla Nunez, spouse of Command Sergeant Major Nunez, will receive a bouquet of yellow rosebuds welcoming her to the Soldier Recovery Unit. Yellow is the color of new beginnings and symbolizes her arrival to the SRU. In time, Myla's rosebuds will blossom, as will her relationship with the soldiers and their families. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party, honors to the nation, and remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Kambuku, the Soldier Recovery Unit Chaplain.
Sound attention. Sound, present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Sound, order arms and parade ready.
Let us pray. Dear God, I call your blessings at this change of responsibility ceremony in the history of Soldier Recovery Unit, SRU, when the mantle of leadership is passed from Command Sergeant Major Angel A. Rivera to Command Sergeant Major Miguel A. Nunez. For the outgoing Command Sergeant Major Rivera, Lord, I'm thankful for his dedicated leadership, mentorship, guidance, and words of wisdom to the SRU during the past 21 months. Continue to bless him and his wife, Wanda, as they begin a new chapter in their lives after serving the military for 39 years. Grant the incoming Command Sergeant Major Nunez the courage, wisdom, and strength to make decisive actions. Bless Command Sergeant Major Nunez as he assumes his new assignment. I pray for his wife, Myla, and their son, Miguel A. Nunez II, to continue to support him as he carries out his new responsibilities. I pray that each and every person here this morning will support Command Sergeant Major Nunez as in his new duties as the new SRU Command Sergeant Major. In your son's name I pray, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Now, attention.
The non-commissioned officer in charge for today's change of responsibility ceremony is First Sergeant Tate. The change of responsibility is a simple yet traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. Key to the ceremony is the passing of the unit's colors. The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors under which it fights, for they represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its soldiers. The custodian of the colors is the Sergeant Major, who is the senior enlisted soldier in the unit and principal advisor to the commander. The non-commissioned officer in charge, First Sergeant Tate, will pass the colors to Command Sergeant Major Rivera, who will in turn pass the colors to the commander, Lieutenant Colonel Reagan. The passing of the colors symbolizes the relinquishment of responsibility and authority from Command Sergeant Major Rivera. The commander, Lieutenant Colonel Reagan, will then pass the colors to Command Sergeant Major Nunez, charging him with the responsibility and authority that comes with his position. Attention to orders. Let it be known from this day forward that the commander of the Soldier Recovery Unit has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, dedication, integrity, and leadership of Command Sergeant Major Nunez. Therefore, you are hereby appointed as the Command Sergeant Major for the Soldier Recovery Unit, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Command Sergeant Major Nunez will now return the colors to First Sergeant Tate, who will return the colors back to the color bearer. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the Soldier Recovery Unit, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph A. Reagan.
Okay. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning to our distinguished guests, the Harpels, Rita B. Thanks for joining us. Champions of Fort Campbell, always a pleasure to have you guys with us. Colonel Myers, Sergeant Major Santiago, appreciate you all's presence this morning. Sergeant Major Fontana, thanks for being here as well. And all our friends and family. Really really special that you all are here with us this morning as we celebrate this time-honored tradition and passing the responsibility, the mantle responsibility within the NCO chain of command, as well as recognize a very special non-commissioned officer in his 39 years of service to this nation. I actually want to start by sending out a huge welcome to the families that are here with us today. First to Sergeant Major Nunez's family, Mila and Mickey, or Master Nunez, I guess, as we're saying this morning. Appreciate you guys being with us here this morning from Pennsylvania. And then a big warm welcome to Sergeant Major Rivera's family coming in from all over the country and from Puerto Rico. The longer I stay in the military, the more important I understand the family to be, and how important it is at supporting our soldiers, especially over 4 decades of service. So really special that you guys are here with us today, and I thank you. I've been thinking a lot about how to approach my comments this morning as we approach this day. How do you reflect on somebody's career of nearly 40 years of service? I mean, Sergeant Major Rivera, I think he's probably been in service more than some people in here have been alive. I know that's kind of the case with me. So I've really been grappling with that. How does one kind of reflect upon that? How do you sum that up? Myself and Sergeant Major Rivera had a really nice conversation yesterday, kind of a heart-to-heart, kind of trying to talk about that and understand what that all really meant. And it was really apparent to me during that conversation what it was, and it was actually something that I'd known for a long time, ever since meeting Sergeant Major Rivera. And it's kind of cliche, but it really is true and really is his touch point, and that's for Sergeant Major Angel Rivera, it really is all about the soldiers. Sergeant Major Rivera arrived here to the Soldier Recovery Unit in January of 2020. Now, I can attest that it takes nearly 2 months or 3 months to figure out what this unit is, what it does, what it's comprised of, what its mission is. So, Sergeant Major, arrived back then. It was called the Warrior Transition Unit. So a little bit different in how it was structured, what it was comprised of. But right after, he finally figures things out in about 3 months. We have this COVID pandemic hit, and then everybody kind of like goes away. So can you imagine that? Actually figuring out how to do this really difficult job, and then all of a sudden, you got to figure out how to telework. You got to figure out how to do remote care for a lot of these patients. You got to figure out how to maintain that. But with Sergeant Major Rivera's leadership, during that time, during those delicate months, he ensured sound lines of communication throughout the formation and ensured that the mission never faltered, and that was that care for our soldiers. So awesome work there right off the bat from coming on board. As the unit adjusted, during the summer months to that kind of new normal. Things were working, things were getting figured out, and then our higher headquarters dropped an order on us to totally restructure the unit, and that included cutting billets out, cutting positions, combining companies, all that stuff. So just as he had figured out how to navigate a COVID pandemic, then he has to figure out how to deal with a restructure, and he did that marvelously. He figured out how do I maintain my NCO leadership, my NCO backbone through this transition, and he did. Thankfully we've got a great team of NCOs, based on that leadership and mentorship. During Sergeant Major Rivera's tenure here at the SRU, he's overseen the care of nearly 500 soldiers in recovery. And for those of you who aren't really familiar with what this unit's comprised of, it's a really complex population. It's composed of active duty personnel, National Guard personnel, Army Reserve personnel. It's comprised of personnel here on Fort Campbell. It's comprised of personnel at their home of record across 7 states, across our large catchment area, and they're in various states of medical complexity and medical care. So a really diverse population, but I'll tell you, Sergeant Major Rivera has been there to ensure the soldier care and the transition for each and every one of those soldiers in recovery, which has been an absolutely amazing feat. He's also overseen the memorial and remembrance for 9 of our soldiers who have passed away during his nearly 2 years here in the SRU. So the SRU is an organization where we taking care for the soldiers with terminal illnesses across the military. So sometimes they succumb to those battles with cancer or whatever those are, but it's our responsibility to honor those individuals with dignity, and Sergeant Major Rivera was the the leader that did that ensured that memorials were executed in accordance with Army regulations and ensured families were taken care of, which is a really special feat. Also, while he was here, he oversaw a cadre composed of both military and civilian of about 130 personnel. So, he was the mentorship, for all those NCOs, for officers alike, for civilians, and really remarkable. I'll tell you what I was always, impressed with Sergeant Major Rivera is we often get busy as leaders in our primary task, which is what is to take care of leaders and to develop, subordinate leaders. And that never faltered with Sergeant Major Rivera. I'd be kind of stuck, trying to do all sorts of, tasks or whatever. And he would always dedicate that time to do LPDs with all the squad leaders, all the platoon sergeants, which is a very special trait. I think that shows a lot of maturity, a lot of understanding what the importance is of taking care of our leaders and growing that next group of leaders to take care of those behind us. One of the things that everybody's going to remember about Sergeant Major Rivera is his love of cycling and his uncanny ability to smoke nearly everybody around him that takes part in that activity. I think we got some of the cycling crew out here with us today, and it's really special that you guys are here with us. We recently returned from a bike ride from Washington D.C. to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and no kidding, during that ride there was a time where Sergeant Major Rivera was actually pushing 3 recumbent bikes, along with them uphill. And I don't know if that really, if you guys understand what that means, but it's just incredibly tough to push a bike uphill and then to push 3. It was pretty crazy. I was actually looking for the photo last night, but I think it's, that if you can visualize that, I think it's a really good snapshot for, what Sergeant Major Rivera is. One, his love or his passions. One, his love for cycling, and 2, his care for soldiers. It's fitting that we convene here today to honor Sergeant Major Rivera, because Fort Campbell is where it all started. 39 years ago, Sergeant Major Rivera was a young infantryman in the 1st of the 506th. Later, there were his colleagues that were in that fateful plane crash coming back from the Sinai. Those were his brothers in arms that perished in that plane. Later, Sergeant Major Rivera served as the mortuary affairs specialist during Desert Storm. I think we've got Sergeant Major Garcia here. That was his supervisor during that time. A very grim task, but one very necessary, and just incredible. The personnel that do that for the nation. He served in leadership positions and training assignments across the Army Reserve as garrison commandant in the New Kabul complex while deployed to Afghanistan. And we're absolutely honored to close Sergeant Major Rivera's final chapter of military service here in the SRU, where he has definitely lived up to his creed every day. It's all about the soldiers. I know it'll be hard to let all this go, Sergeant Major, but I know you will easily be able to look back on a career spanning 4 decades and impacting thousands of fellow brothers in arms, an immensely rewarding experience. Angel, it's been an absolute and amazing honor to serve with you. You have been one of the best assigned friends an officer could ask for, and were absolutely the right choice for me during my time helping me get established here in the SRU. I miss your counsel and friendship dearly, but we'll most definitely stay in touch as I plan my vacations to Puerto Rico in the future. All right, to Sergeant Major Rivera's family, thank you so much for your support and sacrifice over the last 4 decades of dedicated military service. I know a lot of that wasn't very easy to deal with, but I know there's lots of adventures ahead, so looking forward to hearing the stories about that. Wanda, we're returning Sergeant Major Rivera back to you unbroken, so please don't break him. Take it easy with the honey-do list and get your bike and shorts ready. And safe travels to everybody as you guys all return home. Okay, and now I'll transition to Sergeant Major Nunez. Hey, Sergeant Major Nunez, welcome aboard. Your reputation and track record most definitely precede you. When looking at the files to select who was the right leader to replace Sergeant Major Rivera, yours definitely stuck out. Lots of impressive deployments, impressive track record before. Sergeant Major Nunez has a lot of time in the combat arms, and also has a lot of time in the medical support within the Army Reserve. Also has 26 years of time in the police force in Newark, New Jersey. No easy task there at all. Had an interesting dinner the other night talking about narco trafficking in South America, so I know we'll get along just perfect. But I'm so excited to welcome you to the command team, and I know we're going to build the right culture for this organization. So Mila and Mickey, welcome to the team. We know you guys are going to be geographically dispersed, but this is your home. So this is your home, and I look forward to your visits in the future. Thanks again to everybody for your attendance today and your support to the Fort Campbell Soldier Recovery Unit, Eagle Warriors Air Assault.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing Soldier Recovery Unit Command Sergeant Major Angel A. Rivera.
Thank you, Sergeant H, for being the voice of the Soldier Recovery Unit for us. I also want to thank the band for always supporting us on ceremonies, unit events, and even with the Soldiers in Recovery. Thank you very much. Thank you to the color guards for doing an outstanding job and being out here standing for a long time. I appreciate that. Thank you. Distinguished guests, Wanda, thank you. My son Angel, his family, my daughter, her family, my grandkids, Samuel Garcia, retired, 11 years, my only and one mentor, retired 11 years and he's still in uniform. My best friend, the brother I never had. My nephew, niece, who surprised me with their visit today. I didn't know you were coming. Thank you. Means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm humbled to be here today with so many people who have taken the time to be here with me. Thank you to many others who could not make it here, but are watching through the live broadcasting of YouTube. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for all you who've been here, and it's truly an awesome feeling. It has been a privilege to serve as the Command Sergeant Major for the Soldier Recovery Unit for the past 22 months. I'm grateful and thankful for the opportunity. I appreciate the trust and support from the leadership in the 104th Airborne Division, the United States Army Medical Command, the Regional Health Command, Atlantic, the Blanchfield Army Community Hospital, the Soldier Recovery Unit. It's been a pleasure being working with every one of you. I had a wonderful experience, and to see how every cadre and civilian from the SRU came together to the table with the main purpose of taking care of our soldiers in recovery by providing mission command and medical management to the SRs, focusing on their healing and promoting timely return to the force or as a veteran status. They will go the extra mile to make sure that soldiers in recovery are taken care of, to include their families. The cadres and civilia of this wonderful organization are all about taking care of the soldiers in recovery, and they do it with dedication and compassion, needed and because they love what they do. Proof of that is that last year, 4 of our cadres and civilians were recognized with the Cadre of Excellence Award, which is sponsored by the Army Recovery Care Program, to recognize excellence for the hard work of civilian and military personnel who provided support and care to the wounded, ill, and injured soldiers and their family. I have to acknowledge some of the challenges faced during my tenure, starting with transformation from the Water Transition Battalion to the Soldier Recovery Unit, which the mission didn't change, but brought a drawdown of personnel and made it a little difficult for us, but the mission, thanks to the team that we have, continued and was completed. COVID-19, the loss of soldiers who impacted the unit, and even though I have over 22 years of military affairs experience, it impacted me too as well. Planning memorial ceremonies, whiteboard, was one of the most difficult tasks. Despite all the challenges we faced, the team did not stop the mission and continued to provide the support to our soldiers in recovery, and the mission was accomplished. I have been blessed to be able to work with such a group of talented people. The success of this organization is mainly because of dedication and a passion on what you all do. Taking care of our soldiers in recovery is always your #1 priority. You are the perfect employers that any company would like to have. Thank you for your support and your hard work that you put in every single day. Serving with you has been one of the most pleasurable moments of this assignment. Kudos and keep up the good work. CSM Nunez, you have a great, I have heard great things about you. And like the commander said, we saw your record and it standed out way above everybody else. You are very fortunate to inherit the best team that anyone can wish. Best of luck in your assignments. To my wife Wanda, my son Angel, my daughter Xiomara, grandkids, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for your unconditional support during this assignment. It meant a lot to me. Thank you, Lord, for the blessing you have given me on my life. You have provided me with more than I could ever imagine. You surrounded me with people who always look out for me. I never felt alone. You have given my family and friends who bless me every day with kind words and actions. To my cycling friends, thank you very much for the support to our Adaptive Recognition Program, the ARP team, and the Soldiers in Recovery. You all made me stronger, and I thank you very much for that. I will miss riding with you. Have a great Army Day, Army Strong, and also Army Medicine, Eagle Warriors, Soldier for Life. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Soldier Recovery Unit Command Sergeant Major Miguel A. Nunez.
It just shows I'm getting old here. So, good morning, Mr. Harpel, Colonel Myers, CSM Santiago, Colonel Reagan, CSM Rivera, distinguished guests, members of the Soldiers Recovery Unit, staff, family, and friends. We want to thank you all for making this day a special one by attending our change of responsibility today. I'm very humble as I stand up here speaking to you. But I'd like to start with a quote on leadership. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. By John Quincy Adams. And what I want to emphasize that the key word here is inspire. This is the essence of what true leadership should be. We see leaders to have great authority and control, but their power comes from being inspirational. People support and follow leaders because they respect and admire them, because they are worthy of their loyalty. And I want to say that I am truly inspired by all of you. Colonel Reagan, I'd like to offer my gratitude and appreciation for this opportunity, and despite the current situation with my orders, it is definitely a pleasure and a complete honor in working with and for you, sir. And from this short visit, finally spending some time with CSM Rivera, I can see he's done a great job here with his outstanding leadership. He's well respected, and I see how affectionate the soldiers are towards him. So I do know I have some big shoes, or boots, if you will, to fill during my tenure here. CSM Rivera, I know your retirement ceremony will follow shortly after this one, but I just want to wish you a happy retirement and much success in your future endeavors. May God bless you and your beautiful family. To the soldiers of SRU, while staying on the leadership theme, I'd like to pass some words of wisdom. I believe that the ability, and that's the key right there, the ability to arouse enthusiasm among our soldiers, whether they're your peers, superiors, or subordinates, it's probably one of the greatest assets you can possess as a leader. The way to develop the best of a soldier is by appreciation and encouragement. There's nothing else that so kills the ambitions of a person than criticism from leaders and superiors. I try never to criticize anyone, at least consciously, and I believe in giving people incentives to work, as I've witnessed with Colonel Reagan. As leaders, you should be anxious to praise, but be reluctant to find fault in a person. Be that positive role model like what you do, especially in how you lead. Always be sincere in your appreciation and lavish in your praise. To the men and women of SRU, I want to assure you that I will do my very best in supporting our soldiers here, our cadre, and all others who may be asking for our help. From my observation during this brief visit, I did witness some strong leaders in our formation. Commanders, from the staff, the first sergeant, platoon sergeants, and squad leaders. I want to thank you all for all that you're doing here, and please continue the great work. And finally, I want to especially thank my wife, Mila, and my son, Mikey, for being my rock, my light, for your sacrifices as well, for supporting me in everything and all that I do for our country. I just want to say I love you both. Thank you. God bless.
Sound, attention.
Sir, this concludes the change of responsibility ceremony. Take service formation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our change of responsibility ceremony. A reception for Command Sergeant Major Nunez and his family will be held in the Wilson Theater lobby after the retirement ceremony of Command Sergeant Major Rivera. We will now transition to Command Sergeant Major Rivera's retirement ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, as we transition to the retirement ceremony, we will start with Command Sergeant Major Rivera's biography. Command Sergeant Major Rivera enlisted in the United States Army as an active duty soldier and later joined the United States Army Reserve. He has attended numerous military schools, including the Sergeant Major Non-Resident Course, Class 35, Brigade Level Pre-Command Course, Structure Self-Development Level 5, Command Sergeant Major Legal Orientation Course, Force Integration Course, How the Army Runs, and Defense Support of Civil Authorities, DSCA, among others. Command Sergeant Major Rivera has served in various assignments throughout his military career, starting in Charlie Company, 1st of the 506th Infantry Division, 101st Airborne Division, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, as an infantryman. Upon completion of his active duty assignment, he was then transferred to the United States Army Reserve, where he served with the 311th Quartermaster Mortuary Affairs Company, 246th Quartermaster Mortuary Affairs Company, from a mortuary affairs specialist to first sergeant. He mobilized with the 311th Mortuary Affairs Company in support of Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm. He also served with the Army Reserve Careers Division as a senior retention NCO, Operations Sergeant for the Army Reserve Recruiting Assistance Program, assigned to USAREC G1 TOW Battalion, Command Sergeant Major tenures, Brigade Command Sergeant Major of the 210th Regional Support Group, Anguilla, Puerto Rico, Task Force, Command Sergeant Major during Beyond the Horizon mission in Belize, Command Sergeant Major for Task Force Southwest after Hurricane Irma and Maria, Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Family Programs, 1st Mission Support Command at Fort Buchanan, Puerto Rico, to support soldiers and family members after Hurricane Irma and Maria, Operations Sergeant Major for the 166th Regional Support Group, Fort Buchanan, Puerto Rico, deployed with the 166th Regional Support Command, served as Garrison Sergeant Major for New Cabal Compound from January to September 2019, and currently the Command Sergeant Major for the Soldier Recovery Unit, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Command Sergeant Major's military awards and decorations include a Meritorious Service Medal with 2 Oak Leaf Army Clusters, Army Commendation Medal with C device, 3 Oak Leaves, Army Achievement Medal, among many others. Command Sergeant Major Rivera has 2 master's degrees, one in Management Information System and another in Accounting from La Pontificia Universidad, Puerto Rico. Mayagüez campus. He is married to Wanda L. Yase Martinez and has a son serving active duty in the Air Force as an aircraft mechanic holding the rank of E7 Master Sergeant, and a daughter who is currently living and working in Orlando, Florida. Command Sergeant Major is the proud grandfather of 4 grandchildren. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Reagan will now present Command Sergeant Major Rivera with his retirement award. Attention to orders. To who all shall see these presents greeting. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by the Act of Congress, 20 July 1942, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Command Sergeant Major Angel A. Rivera for exceptional meritorious service to the United States Army, spanning over 39 years of service in positions of increasing responsibility during peacetime and periods of war, culminating as the Command Sergeant Major for the Soldier Recovery Unit, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Command Sergeant Major Rivera's service to this nation has been one of distinction and excellence. His exemplary service, dedication to the profession of arms, commitment to the nation during both war and peace have been steadfast, unwavering, and in keeping with Army values. Command Sergeant Major Rivera's exemplary performance of duty is in keeping with the highest traditions of military service, reflecting great credit upon him, the Army Medical Command, the Army Medical Department, and the United States Army.
we're smiling under these things.
Command Sergeant Major Rivera will now receive a letter of appreciation by the Chief of Staff of the U.S. Army Reserve. Please be seated. Yeah, please be seated. Command Sergeant Major Rivera will now receive a letter of appreciation from the Command Sergeant Major of the United States Army Reserve. Command Sergeant Major will now receive a flag and a retirement flag and a pin. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph A. Reagan will recognize Command Sergeant Major Rivera's wife, Wanda, for her support of her husband's career as well as her accomplishments in support of the soldiers. Attention to orders. Wanda Yase Martinez has contributed immeasurably to organizations for which she has served with the United States Army from May 2009 to October 2021. As a dedicated spouse, mother, senior spouse advisor, and family readiness leader, Mrs. Yase Martinez volunteered her time and effort to improve every organization and its community. Mrs. Yase Martinez's steadfast dedication serves as a model to the Army family and community. She has made a difference in the quality of life for many soldiers, civilians, and their families across the United States Army.
Thank you so much on behalf of the United States Army, all your sacrifices, all your dedication and support.
At this time, Mr. Bill Harpel, civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army, Emeritus, and Champion of Fort Campbell, will present a token of appreciation to Command Sergeant Major Rivera and his wife on behalf of the Mayor of Clarksville, Joe Pitts.
We just want to be sure you know that the city of Clarksville appreciated and has always appreciated everything that you've done while you were here and everything else that you've done. No, you probably didn't ride bicycles much on the Tennessee side because it's easier to get to the Kentucky side out the back gate. But we hope you enjoyed your stay here, and just the mayor wanted to present you this certificate of farewell. But thank you for all your years, many years, 36 plus years in the United States Army. And it was an honor to have you end your career here at Batesville. And we've got a little something for you. I know you were not here much, if any, but these are just some favorite pictures of Clarksville, and maybe the Command Sergeant Major will recognize some of these and he can show you the many things, but we never want to miss an opportunity to say thank you for you, because I never served, but I've been around the Army for a long time, and it's the spouses that carry the weight and take care of everything and do it, and he's off doing exactly what he's having a good time doing. So So we appreciate and don't want you to think that you God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Command Sergeant Major Angel A. Rivera, United States Army, retired.
I think we got actually two more plaques that we gotta hand off the certificate of retirement.
As you were.
So this actually makes it official. So on behalf of the brave nation, Sergeant Major, thanks for all you're doing, for all you've done in this way. All right. And then we got one more, just one more. This is our plaque on behalf of the SRU and former Warrior Transition Unit. So what this is, it's representative of the two guidons, for the units that Sergeant Major Rivera served in during his time here, and the appropriate coins, there in the bottom of it. And I'll just read the plaque, from on behalf of the officers and COs and civilians of this organization. CSM Angel A. Rivera, Command Sergeant Major, January 2020 to October 2021, for your outstanding dedicated service to the soldiers, families, and staff of the Soldier Recovery Unit. Your commitment, professionalism, and dedication have been monumental in the success of the mission. Your sacrifice and leadership has made a lasting impact on those that you have mentored throughout your time here. You will be greatly missed. Soldier Recovery Unit, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, you Warriors. All right. The joke's on him. The Rivera's just packed out, I think, 2 days ago, so it's always fun to figure out how to get all this stuff. All right, over to you, sir.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Command Sergeant Major Angel A. Rivera, United States Army, retired.
Thanks again to those in attendance today that developed me, allowed me to succeed. To those who care about my family while I was gone, special thanks to CSM Garcia, who was always there when I needed him, for his mentorship, who had much of importance, influence during my military career. To those who are my extended military family over my past 39 years, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and for your conditional support. I will concentrate on the support received throughout my career from the soldiers and civilians who I serve and served with me, to whom I provided guidance and who executed assigned missions successfully and without the need for continuous guidance. To those under my leadership that made significant contribution to our country. It's not about me, it's about them, it's about you guys who made me who I am today. Thank you. For me, today is a day of memory and a day of thanks. The memory comes into me in so many ways. For Campbell was my first and will be my last duty station. My first assignment was an infantryman in the 1st 506, which then became 3rd 502nd. I will never forget my comrades from the 3rd 502nd Infantry who lost their life while coming back from a mission in Sinai. I was in that unit. I used to be the battalion commander's driver. Lieutenant Colonel Marvin A. Jeffcott died in that plane crash. I did not make it. I was taken out of the battle roster because I came down on PCS orders, and that's why I didn't make that trip with them. I was able to attend the Gander Memorial Ceremony last year to honor and remember those 248 soldiers who lost their life December 12, 1985. Gone from sight, but not from my heart. Special thanks to the soldiers who have lost their life in military service. I can still remember most of the faces of those who trained me, those who disciplined me, those who inspired me, those who served with me, those who cared for me and loved me over the past 39 years. To my wife, Wanda, my son, Angel, who was born here. He decided to born here and decided to born the night before I had to do my 10K World March Aerosol School. Thank you for that. Yeah. My grandkids, Reina Mia, Camila, Omairix, Dylan, Nayara, thank you. I love you. Today is D-Day, the day in which you will be my sole purpose in life. I'm so sorry for being away so long. I would also like to recognize your support because it's a family like you who enable us to do what we do every day. And I know there were some absence during some of your milestones growing up. I know that your love and support have contributed to my success. I know you are very proud of me, just as I am of you. Can't thank you enough. My record says that I leave behind a tremendous legacy of accomplishments. I have successfully led, coached, and mentored soldiers and officers, which I served with, and fostered many friendships that will stay with me long after I begin this new chapter. My record also shows the goals I have set and achieved are impressive and have improved in every organization I have served and been assigned to. I can pass the torch now knowing that I have made positive changes directly impacting the readiness and operational effectiveness of our soldiers. Wanda, thank you again for being by my side in the good and not so good moments. You have been my supporting pillar since you came into my life. You have been a perfect Army wife. Without your love and caring, I cannot imagine what my life would be like without you. So Wanda, darling, this is your day too. And I thank you for that. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing this journey. I will never be able to fully express my gratitude, so let me just say, thank you, baby. Angel and Xiomara, let me just say that you have brought me incredible joy and pride, and I thank you so much. You are my treasure, along with my grandkids. I must also thanks to my tended Army family, friends, veterans, Leo, Robert, Tom, to all of those that were out there on the back 40 with me and with our Soldiers in Recovery and the ARP team. Thank you. To my father, my mother, my sister, who are in heaven, I miss you. I wish you were here today. You are gone from my sight, but forever in my heart. I miss you every day. Retirement will be a discovery of the beauty of life. I never had time before to enjoy the beauty of life. My wife, my son, my grandkids. Retirement is a time to enjoy those things I never could before. I would never have to request time off. It will be the time to say goodbye to the tension and hello to my pension. This will be my last PCS move to Fort Home with a commanding wife. It is now time to be together with my family, go traveling, and spend some well-earned quality time. My weekend now will last 7 days. As I take off the uniform, I'm confident that those remain behind are the best our nation has ever produced. Thank you all, and God bless you, and continue to bless the United States Army. I'm so proud to have been an American soldier. Command Sergeant Major Angel A. Rivera, signing out. Now signing in as a PFC, proud, friendly civilian, Mr. Angel A. Rivera. Have a great Army Day. Army Strong, Air Assault, Army Medicine, Eagle Warriors, Soldier for Life. Wanda, now it's time to go home, this time with a one-way plane ticket. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the retirement of the colors, the benediction by the chaplain, and the singing of the Screaming Eagle song and the Army song.
Receive benediction. Now to him who is able to do far more abundantly than all that we can ask or think, according to the power at work within us, to him be the glory and honor throughout all generations, forever and ever. Amen.
Assault right down through the skies of blue. Keep your eye on the job to be done. We are soldiers of the 101st. We'll fight till the battle's won. March along, sing a song. We're the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count out the cadence loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our retirement ceremony, and we thank you for attending. Command Sergeant Major Rivera will remain in front of the stage to receive final farewells. As a reminder, Command Sergeant Major Nunez will have a reception in the lobby of this building. My name is Staff Sergeant H, the voice of the Soldier Recovery Unit. Good day, Screaming Eagles, Air Assault, Army Medicine, Army Strong. Whew.